Welcome everybody! We are the Grin brothers and we're continuing our playthrough of Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Sugar.
I just saw on Twitter, this is a quick thing, hopefully. Someone's trying to make an NFT Smash Brothers clone.
That doesn't surprise me.
Using like NFTs as the characters, and
But why? They all look horrible!
I've genuinely seen more animation out of a still life painting.
I think if someone asked, it's like, why do all NFTs look so hideous?
They do.
It's like the monkey design. It's horrible.
Yes.
No, Cheffy, don't go towards the fire.
Feet warm?
So, something I want to talk about before you go on to Digimon again.
Yeah.
This looks exactly the same as the previous area.
It does.
Gotta be honest, I can't tell any difference. Oh yeah, we're not looking for eggs.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that makes it so much harder. Have you ever heard of Steve Ditko?
Ditko. No.
Well, what would you rather I talk about Billy Finger? You realise you're like 3. What? Oh no! I have to fight more of those at some point. Oh no! It's gaining on me!
He's cutting you off!
Guys, I'll have to fight this later.
Thunderbolt!
That's
Swank
what
him!
Shield are made of. I may have to fight one as a boss, but holy heck, they are so hard. I like them because it's like oh fuck no, that's Raphie. Because it's like
it's a challenge.
It's actually makes you think.
Yeah.
But oh boy, they are hard.
You see, my gun lance was pretty good at dealing with them, so I didn't struggle too much. But they are like a tough enemy.
Yeah. I'm probably speedrunning through this, or going the completely wrong way.
I don't know. It's the problem. But yeah.
But it was basically on the same sort of topic. You know, I told you at the dinner table about Bob Kane and Billy Finger and how basically Bob Kane isn't really the creator of Batman, but stole all the credit.
Yeah.
And Billy Finger was the real one behind Batman for a lot of the ideas, along with the junior assistant whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, but he basically was like a key part of both Robin and Joker. Well, Steve Ditko is basically the co-creator of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because he was like the principal writer sort of thing.
So we could have had it so it was like Batman, created by Ditko and Fingers.
Yeah.
You know how much funnier that would have been? Oh god, no.
Oh. I was hoping to get past him.
These things, it's a big version of the Urk. You cannot have it as a monster.
Oh, okay.
Well, if I can't help you. I genuinely have like blanked these things out of my mind for the amount of trouble they gave me.
Speed.
And this isn't the worst version, to be fair.
Take it to a ×3 just in case. Because it's not quite what we planned to fight, but...
No.
I'd assume you don't fight one of these as a boss?
There's a alternate version of it that's a boss later, and that's what I game overed on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, it seems pretty resistant to sword and shield.
But
is it resistant to rocks? Yeah, Steve Ditko.
Yeah.
I do love that sort of sound it has for it.
Yeah.
Basically co-creator of... well, he really isn't. He's good against sword and shield. He was a very staunch objectivist. Which, to simplify, it's the philosophy that inspired Bioshock.
Okay. Thank you for explaining that.
Yeah, very much about it's about a lot about the best morality is your own morality thing, but not based off emotion, typically.
Yeah.
It's very black and white in some of its viewpoints. A big push for science and such, and improving humanity as a whole, but through your own sort of ease. And very big on the sort of like self-made man sort of concept. Yeah, Chirpy tanked it.
Chirpy did put up a shield, and now he's going to throw a rock.
Yeah.
Pick up rock, throw rock.
And the guy's recovered his head entirely?
Oh, he's armoured. He's form shifted.
Oh. It didn't look any different.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chirpy.
You understand the problem I have with this thing? I didn't even realise it had form changed. I assume it form changed after it use molten uppercut.
Yeah. Well, luckily we can both ride. Or we can keep throwing rocks. That'll stall it out for longer. Yeah, because he's going to do something, so...
Yeah, I don't
And this allows me to figure out more of... Oh, well, those things that weren't good for his body and tail before.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it actually changes what he's actually weak or strong against. That's actually pretty cool.
Don't know why he did that, but he did. Oh, Pierce works as well.
Okay, is he unarmored now?
I don't know.
Well, I'll just throw an egg and just find out.
I couldn't fight these things. I don't know why, but fighting them, my brain just kind
basically, him.
melted.
Okay, unarmored now. Him and Stanley had creative differences because of those sort of viewpoints, but the long-held rumor was that he stopped working on Spider-Man because he disagreed with Norman Osborn being the Green Goblin. Because part of the philosophy of the overall thing is to not give evil a face, because that gives evil power and relatability.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting how much it changes.
Oh yeah, it's
But
really
no,
interesting.
turns out that wasn't the case. In fact, he actually helped push the narrative of Norman Osborn being the Green Goblin far more than anyone else. Well, he was power before, and so he's rage now, so he's going to be technique.
Should be technique. Not that it matters, because Chevel's using speed.
Yeah. You were blinded by revenge! But no, because he actually included Norman Osborn in a bunch of scenes that he wasn't supposed to, because like, he's an artist.
Yeah.
He was the artist for Spider-Man, sort of thing. Because originally, Stanley turned to Jack Kirby to draw Spider-Man. And Jack Kirby does Thor and Darkseid and the Eternals and nothing like...
Chevel's just carrying a gourmet steak with him?
Yes. He doesn't do street-style heroes. He, Jack Kirby can't really do that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So, he went to Steve Ditko. And Steve Ditko is amazing at creating characters.
Oh, you dodged it.
Me? Well, he's going to be power now.
Sure.
Yeah, because he's done his armour. Because he did his molten uppercut.
That wasn't molten uppercut. That was molten cross.
Okay. Well, he's got now no resist. Got that thing.
He's fixed his values.
Yeah. Oh, he's using his spreading beam already? Oh, didn't expect that. He just went straight away into the super. Rock!
What if I just opened with my strongest attack? Oh, Chirpy dodged.
Okay, gonna...
Yeah, you need to use a...
life set.
Probably a life powder.
No, yeah, life powder.
Life set. Yeah, we're still gonna burn to death.
I'm still standing.
Everyone spam healing items! Well, I probably used a ride to get rid of the burn.
Yeah. And then we'll just draw it out longer. Yeah, but no, he was it was actually just eventual differences over a long, steady sort of thing, not like any one singular thing. He, for instance, one of the differences is that he would often draw Spider-Man being annoyed with protesters.
Oh.
Like, they weren't like normal scenes of the comics, but people had to suddenly include him because Steve Ditko had already drawn them in the comics of Peter Parker just disliking protesters.
Really?
And thinking they're wasting their time doing nothing but talk.
Right, it is on low health. This has gone significantly smoother than any of my fights with these things were.
But yeah, he eventually left, but to just point out just how good of a character creator he was, his creations after leaving included Hawk and, artistically, Hawk and Dove, as well as Captain Atom, Blue Beetle, the second one, and Question.
Oh, damn, he made Question.
The funniest part I found out about this thing is that he wanted to create a character that truly exemplified his views, but he realised that so long as he wasn't independent, he would never truly be able to create his own character, sort of thing.
Yeah.
He did, however, create a toned-down version of his views in the form of Question.
Yeah.
Question is a toned-down version.
The guy who's basically a crazy dude. He's a crazy conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, and Question actually had in the Justice League animated series when Question goes to murder Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
his speech he makes is literally line by line one of Steve Ditko's speeches he himself sort of like said, which is like
Steve Ditko went to kill Lex Luthor,
which is like it was like A is A, B is B. And no matter what reality he calls himself in, Lex Luthor will always be Lex Luthor. Basically, Lex Luthor will always be a villain, in his view, because he's very staunch in that viewpoint. Yeah. And that line was actually done as tribute to Steve Ditko.
Lex Luthor's real? What monster do we fight?
But no, Steve Ditko eventually did get to make, through independently published, his superhero, his basically ideal form of his
Guess you can't have your revenge, you desperately crave.
Which was a superhero called Mr. A.
Become a rider in the first place.
It's family, it's the village tradition. Don't really have a choice.
The kinship stone.
Oh, that stone belonged to Red.
Yeah, I was already a rider before that. I literally didn't have a choice.
I thought we might be able to finish what he started.
I see. It sure sounds like you have some big shoes to fill.
And apparently a bikini as well, which is terrifying. Given what we're going up against.
He immediately follows up after saying that. I can appreciate that.
To fulfill his wishes. What my partner needs to do?
I haven't thought about anything. I've just done as the side quest said.
You have both allies and monsters.
And a sword.
All of you can accomplish together.
Rapha's still just staring into nothing.
Well, I wouldn't know. I barely knew my grandpa.
Maybe these rage monsters have been like giving him radiation poison and he's just slowly going brain dead.
But like made Mr. A.
Yeah.
And as an example of like the first issue of Mr. A's comic, there's a scene where it's about
I know what this fight is.
Oh gosh, no! This is an entirely different kind of fetish zone we're entering here. Oh no! Okay, that's just lava. Okay, that's not as creepy. There we go.
It's not lava.
Oh, it's a bomb.
Never. Why didn't you use your powers to get away from that? Here we go.
Is this literally what I just fought?
Brachydios.
Can you get one of them?
Yep.
Speed!
Oldest brother used one. He called it Little Mac.
Huh. Is it a boxer?
It,
Rapha just eats me.
It has exploding snot and it punches you with it.
Ian, you've barely done a thing.
In fact, you almost die.
Let's do this.
I'll pretend to be helpful.
I imagine that would have looked cool if Nanka could actually say any lines here.
Yeah.
You know, some big speech, but instead it's like, yeah, we get it! I say we should run away, just like, make like a sandwich bar sort of thing. That's what we can do together.
We can use Ina as a mascot. What about me, Navarro? No, I think Ina will sell more.
I mean, to be fair, Navarro can make donuts, so...
That's true.
We'll make a donut stand instead. That work?
Yeah, Navarro.
Look,
no, what we need to do is deal with this monster that's trying to kill us.
Here's some donuts. Look, they're actually donuts and like Krispy Kreme, which no longer look like donuts at a point.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Alan tried making donuts and made a pretzel.
Oh, I so missed that Spanish donut stand, admittedly, partly because I like the person working there, but... the Spanish donuts are great.
I'm pretty sure he opens up as power. And goes into technique later, I want to say. Hey, I actually got
Hey, you're right!
I'm just as surprised as you are.
He made Mr. A, and the first issue of the comic of Mr. A was as like a druggie goes into like a sort of charity thing, is getting help sort of thing. But then the druggie takes advantage of the person, and then for a series of events whilst running away from Mr. A, stabs the charity worker, but then almost falls off a cliff and is like hanging off a pole sort of thing. And Mr. A goes up, picks up the charity worker. He's like, "You need to save him. If I go to save him, I might not have time to get you to the hospital. Besides, he know what he did. This is his own just desserts. You were a fool for trying to help someone like that." He's going to just do it again and again. This is just the end for him. And just, like, picks her up and like, walks off and his dog just drops to his death.
That sounds like a very Question thing to do as well, to be fair.
Well,
so.
as someone explained with Question, you know, if Batman kicked a thug into a river, he'd get the thug out and tie him up. Question writes a note out to the police saying, there's someone drowning, you should probably pick him up, I've got work to do.
There's a body in the river.
Yeah. Someone's fallen in like a sea.
You know, in the time it took you to write that note, you could have probably got them out. No.
But yeah, again, Mr. A, the part that people quite quickly point out with any of the Mr. A comics, though, is that Steve Ditko proved that he was an artist and not a writer, because his dialogue was some of the most stilted sort of, like, stuff ever. That very sort of, like, this clearly just feels like he's reading writing out a textbook.
Yeah.
But yeah, despite a lot of people said that he was uncompromising, but honestly, despite how a big part of his policy was stick to your views, don't shy away from them, as part of his, philosophy, people think, oh, but, he quit working on these things because of his viewpoints, but it's like, he worked on them for several years.
Yeah.
In Hawk and Dove, although he always drew Dove, because the point of Hawk and Dove was that they had, much like Green Arrow and Green Lantern, their point was that they were a team with different viewpoints.
Yeah.
And in Hawk and Dove's case, Dove was, for instance, the pacifist who wanted to talk things out. Hawk was like, this is a criminal, let's punch him first, sort of thing. He always drew Dove as kind of effeminate and sort of like weak sort of looking in a lot of the art sort of thing. But he never, obviously, tampered with the storyline going forth. He still, and he still worked on these series, so...
He tried to use Tech Seal, so he's going to be speed at the moment, and he, I assume, goes to Tech when he activates his snot punches.
Well, I'll use a tech now, and then I'm going to use the skill with my hammer here.
I don't know who he's attacking. He's probably using a skill himself, so...
I thought he was going to use his tech seal again.
He's slime charging.
Yeah, I thought he was going to use tech seal again.
No. Well, you don't have enough level to use... You don't have enough kinship to use your hammer thing anyway.
Oh.
There you go. He's snotted on his hands. I think he should be tech now. That or he just has blast activated on his attacks. But you can find out soon enough. You don't want to break his hands. Nope, he's still speed.
Okay.
Which is weird.
Holy heck! Oh, and I'm almost dead.
Oh yeah, because you had a heart down from before, didn't you?
Yeah.
Good job, Shovel.
I'm going to have to use a heart thing just in case, unless he's... Yeah,
you'll need to switch your monster as well.
He's
speed, so you need
technique.
Tech. I was actually going to suggest Senran, because Senran should resist the fire damage.
Oh, yeah.
And use a Vital Powder?
Yeah.
Vital Essence?
Yep. But yeah, like, despite that, he still worked on these series for a lengthy amount of time. Like, he didn't, like, stop working on Spider-Man immediately, sort of thing. He still kept working on Spider-Man for several years, despite him and Stanley having very different viewpoints. So... It was only after a long, it was a lengthy period of time he decided, no, I'm not a fan of doing this sort of thing.
Might be worth using another Vital Essence.
Yeah, whilst he's
paused. Because he's going to get slapped by Shovels.
I was going to use the time to use the hammer thing, but... Look, we don't need to hear your revenge tale anymore. Yeah, so I'm going to... He's a speed at the moment, yeah. So Chuck is going to be fine.
He's still enraged.
Yeah, I'm going to use... what? Oh, what? Oh, yeah, I died. Yeah, died. Well, I'm going to switch to... Wait. What is his fists made out of? Hammers are good against fists. Yeah. It's the only thing that's good against them.
So, you can either...
Oh, what?
I was going to say, you've got it right.
I thought he was... Oh,
no, he's unenraged.
Yeah.
He looks enraged.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's still... Right, you need to ride Chirpy to get rid of that blast blight.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, Chirpy will explode.
Okay, so he's enraged, so I'll just do some speed hits.
Yeah.
Oh, he's lost his thing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, this is very confusing. This is more confusing than the last one. Because, like, it always looks like he's got slime on his hands. They're green.
I think it's when they glow a bit more.
But yeah, it was fascinating to hear about sort of thing, and at least despite their differences, still not as quite as bad as the situation with Bob Kane and Billy Finger.
Yeah.
He's still power, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not enraged.
Yeah. Boost this up a little bit.
Yeah, the comic industry sounds like it's filled with a lot of drama. Now he's enraged, so he's gone into...
Yeah, he's going to get hit by a kinship and die.
So you might as well
break his head. Which you'd think would kill a guy, but...
It's fine. You just hit like the weird lump on his head, I guess.
We could have killed this... Yeah, and now I can just get a critical hit on him with an explosion.
Boom.
This might be overkill.
No, because he's got a lot of health at the moment.
Speaking of comics, actually, I'll let you talk, actually,
What? I've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so I need to have much humor with it. So, speaking of comics, another thing that's been popping up lately is the Sonic comic sort of like recommendations, like various Sonic comic books or things. Usually like little things about it, mostly about Archie, but it's like just like really weird titles to draw you in, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because of course the Archie comics were insane.
Yes.
Things such as, remember the time the son of a character died of an LSD overdose?
Or the time where it's implied one of the characters forced themselves onto another.
Yeah, or the time a character was... one of them, the times where... I'm not sure if this is... Censor if it is actually wrong. The time Sonic cucked Tails.
Oh, no, that is a thing.
As in like, is, that word of vegetable.
No.
Is he power or speed? I have no idea. I cannot tell this guy.
He's enraged, so he's speed.
Figure out what weapon's good against him at long last.
Let's see if I can find the... I saved an...
No, he is power still.
What? But he enraged. I guess none of us know what's happening. To be fair, I'm not paying that much attention either.
Oh, and I'm blasty thing.
Oh, you're
How
blasty.
do I cure it? Oh, he's about to punch me. How long does that last until it blows up?
I think it's when you get hit.
Oh, well, I can...
Well, you might be able to
cancel them out.
You might be able to get Chirpy to do a double attack with you.
Yeah, so... There we go.
No, you can't... Wait. He's power.
Weak against speed.
Speed?
Well, this will stop him.
Well,
Raphie.
Yeah, you might be able to double attack with Raphie if it's using an attack that'll actually double attack with you.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, you are
just shy.
Just shy, and no one's going to help you this time.
No, I can switch over to a speed user then.
Yeah.
Dot, come out. Please use a speed attack. Please use a speed attack.
I don't remember what... It might be deodorant
you
use to get rid of Blast Blight.
Well, in either case, I'll kinship...
Right.
Stall it.
This is a tweet from good old Ken Penders.
Oh, yeah. Nut job that he is.
When Spider-Man first began, he was a kid in high school that had to deal with parental figures, most notably Aunt May. Likewise, I felt parental figures were necessary in Sonic, otherwise the series could take a turn towards Lord of the Flies.
What? Okay. No, he's been... Oh, no, it just blows up over time.
Yeah, it also explodes when you get hit, I think. At least that's how it works in Monster Hunter.
Well, it blew up and didn't kill me. Chubby's glowing for some reason, I'm not sure what's that about.
It's because he's got a buff.
Okay,
yes.
He's going to be stopped, so I'm just going to...
You could pet...
Yeah.
I was going to say, you could have pet Chirpy to guarantee getting the kinship.
How many times does Shovel have to keep using his ride against you?
I was going to say, this Brachydios is tanky, but yeah, Brachydios is on low health now, it's tired.
Okay. Yeah, but like, one of the comic headlines, though, was actually, something I remembered immediately.
Yeah.
Which was like, remember the time Tails tried to assassinate Eggman, JFK style? It's like, yeah, because that was from Sonic the Comic. Tails saves the giant unicorn man from robots, and he says, I can grant you one wish. And Tails is like, I want a world without Robotnik. So he, like, teleports Tails away, gives him a gun, is like, he's there! Shoot him!
Well, I mean, yeah, that would work. You would have a world without Robotnik if you just shot him.
Okay, I think he's...
I can't tell. The Rage Raid monster's always... It's like... Pick a
No, he's speed now. Oh, yeah, you know that word.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Good job, Shovel. He's just as confused as we are. Oh.
He died from too much revenge. I'm sorry, Shovel, what? He was obsessed with revenge.
It's hilarious. It won the clash. Shovel gets knocked to the floor. It stops.
This
for a
reminds
second,
me of how I used to be.
stares at Shovel on the floor, and then it just goes, "Now
Shovel,
I'm dead."
This monster's dead. You can't relate to it. And someone else can understand me, right? I'm not the crazy one for almost ending the world. I'm surprised Zero hasn't gone to our door yet. Though he hasn't been very hungry lately because he didn't eat his breakfast.
Yeah, and yesterday he threw all his food on the floor and left it there.
Oh, he does that. He'll eat it slowly. I think I need to just give him a little bit less food, or maybe just start giving him more soft food because he's been eating his soft food, no problem.
He does eat soft. Might be that his teeth are a bit weak.
I might need to get more dinner bites then. I'd stop doing that because his teeth were hurting me a lot. Also,
Good job getting revenge!
Shovel, like me! We relate!
I just want friends!
Yeah,
Because
I think I'm starting to understand. I need to be the Avenger!
and pulls out a knife. I'll kill Neganante.
All the Nerginantes! You know what they're like, the Nerginantes!
What part are you going to play, Anna? Tell me, please. What are you going to do?
His grandchild. And protect
With what? You haven't done anything!
Well, she is in a cheerleader outfit.
Partner and Rapha in the right direction. We've got
You have not done that for a while, actually.
Yeah, have you seen how often I've gone lost?
Navru, why don't you do your job and, I don't know, go Super Saiyan and help us fight?
Seriously, shouldn't there be a thing when Navru starts saying, "You're going the wrong way"? It's like,
Okay, but could you imagine that? Every time you take a step in the wrong direction. Partner, you're going in the wrong direction!
time to find the Nergigante.
so let me get this straight. I'm doing all the work again.
No,
Pretty much, yeah.
Raph-
I sometimes give you an egg which explodes.
Rafa's helping you with that 1,000-yard stare.
You mean Nak? Nak
Yeah.
is helping. After all, he's here to stop Xander
Yep, Knack is
from
back.
committing genocide and returning us to the way before the technologically advanced villagers.
I will never get over that ending.
You're mad! Yes, I think I am!
You've gone insane. Yes! Now I'm going to commit genocide, starting with your friends that I left tied up in a city that I am going to nuke. Why, Xander? They didn't do anything to
If
you.
it wasn't because of how poor... I've looked up footage of Nak 1 and oh my gosh, it looks awful. So
Yeah.
slow and stiff. If it wasn't for that, I would have suggested we play that as well because Nak 2's story was just through the roof. Crazy.
Yeah, that game was absolutely bonkers. But Knack 1, like, I've watched scenes from it, and
I mean, it is also bonkers from what I've heard, but...
it looks more boring. Really, yet again, the best part of it is Ryder. Dude,
who really should just have his own game.
dude literally runs into an exploding volcano to save his, like, ex, and lives.
At that point, it wasn't even his date at the time.
No, they hold a funeral for him at the end, and
The best part is he's apparently walking through a desert,
Yeah.
which is just like, this is just a scene from Uncharted!
he's just carrying her through a desert, and it's like,
After a volcano
how
exploded
did
on
you
it.
escape?
So, yeah, this is the end of the episode. We've talked about comics and more comics.
Yeah, no.
Okay, look, I already got your Alpha 152 costume.
We'll
I don't
get
need
some
to fight
more
more Plessioth.
cutscenes, and hopefully I'll be able to talk a bit more about Digimon.
And I'll, I guess, maybe fight one of the Thunderbug things off
Yeah.
screen.
Go fight as an ogre and try not to die.
Oh, gosh, they are so hard to fight.
Bye!
Cheerio! Gosh, they've got good vision too.